A few months ago, I made a review video of the Monport Onyx R 55W laser. I told you back then how much I value honesty and transparency when it comes to these reviews. So this video isn't about bashing Monport, but there's definitely a few issues with this machine that I stumbled across and would like to share with you. Today is May 16th, 2025. So the chances are that Monport maybe already fixed some of these bugs and issues which I came across. But long story short, I was sent this laser about 2 months ago and I started reviewing and testing it right before we left to Denmark for a month-long vacation. I had all intentions of getting my footage done so I could edit and publish the videos while we were in Denmark. But just 2 days after I started reviewing the machine, it started to lose its efficiency and it couldn't cut clean, and also the engravings weren't engraving properly. So I wanted to check the lens, but I had a lot of issues in finding a video on how to do it. When looking in the manual, I couldn't really find any information either. So I decided to make my own video, which you can find up here, because that is truly valuable when you get a Monport Onyx. Because after I removed the lens, I realized that it was facing in the wrong direction. My lens had a hole burnt into it, and after I made the video on how to change it, I realized that this hole is on the curved side of the lens, which indicate that it was facing with the curved side down towards the bed, when in reality a laser should always face with the flat side against the bed. Monport did deliver a new lens to me really fast, so it wasn't that big of an issue, but in my opinion, when you get a new laser, the lens should at least be facing the right way, because otherwise this will with guarantee happen to most of you. I have told Monport about this issue. Hopefully if you order a laser now, the lens is facing in the right direction. But please check and make sure that they didn't turn it upside down. The next thing that then happened was that while I was changing my lens, then my water cooler suddenly started beeping. I'm not sure what caused this problem, but my husband and I was able to fix it by just unplugging the alarm and plugging it back in. Now I was all satisfied and ready to fire up my laser again and get going with some new videos for you. But then came the third problem, because now my laser wouldn't autofocus or even fire a beam. This was totally my mistake, because while I was changing the lens, I realized that the nozzle that holds the air hose was facing in a position where it would actually block the laser lens or mirror, which I didn't like. So I tried to turn it around, but I tightened the little thing under the laser heads too tight and in an awkward position, so my laser wasn't able to focus or move below the nozzle. But Monport was actually really quick in responding to all of these issues that I had, which indicated a great customer service to me, which I know a lot of people have been bashing Monport for not being able to deliver. But hopefully they already learned a little bit about the importance of the customer service. But yesterday was my lucky day, because I got my laser back up running. I did do some tests to find the settings and everything else for my laser. So I was able to do some test cuts on my 4mm plywood. I was also able to cut through this 10mm plywood and even clear acrylic. I'll still be making a lot more videos on specific projects and also a video on how you make these test cards, because that's another thing which I really think Munport should listen to. When I was looking through the manual, I did come across the parameter settings guide, but the parameters in this is really basic. So you'll have a basic setting for engraving and cutting acrylic, basswood, canvas, cardboard, leather and MDF, but there's no mentioning about the thickness of the material or anything like that. And I actually had some troubles also to find an actual parameter settings guide, which is something that will be truly handy, especially if you are a beginner just starting up with the laser. But as said, I did find my own settings, and yesterday I was able to cut through 3 whole sheets of these engraved plaques that will go on top of my military plaques, which I previously made on my 80-watt CO2 laser from Weber. And speaking of the Weber, in my original review video, I compared the Munport against my 80-watt Weber CO2, since that's pretty much the only CO2 lasers that I've owned. And I still stand by my words, because I mentioned that I actually think this is a great competitor to my 80-watt industrial laser, because while some people have been complaining about the air assist in the machine and recommended an upgrade, you could definitely do an upgrade, but actually the air assist in this machine, this was with the Onyx, this was with my 80-watt, and if you look at the back, there's hardly any flashback marks on this piece from the Onyx, where my 80-watt would give me a lot of flashback marks. Also, it would leave a lot of residue, where I hardly had any on the Munport. This is a really light engraving. It's deep, but it's light. That's because of the material and also the settings I used, because I wasn't aiming for a dark result. I was only aiming for a fast and deep result, since I'm going to stain these afterwards anyway. But if you want to achieve a darker engraving, it's only a matter of adjusting your settings. This was the sheet that I cut, and the great thing about the Munport is still the camera and the autofocus. And once you have your settings dialed in, you can change the end results of your engravings and cuttings. But these type of things are expected when you get a new laser. When you get a new laser, you will always have to do some test cuts and test engravings to see which settings will work the best for you. But I still wish that Munport had given me some better recommended parameters that I could work from. So what's my final verdict of the Munport Onyx R55-watt laser? I still think that you get a lot of value for the money. Not only is it a really beautiful built laser with great features such as the autofocus and the built-in camera, it's also a really nice beginner-friendly laser once you get it to work. And in comparison to other Chinese cheap lasers, I would definitely invest my money in this compared to a K40 laser as example. But if you have any questions at all regarding the Munport, please let me know. I would love to make some more videos I will have a video up on how to calibrate the camera, which you do in Lightburn, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but that's not Munpod's fault. It is just not the easiest task. But if you come across other issues or just something that you want to see or know about this machine, please drop a comment, because I'm always happy to make videos that you can use, and I can guarantee you that I will do it with honesty and transparency, because otherwise I wouldn't do these types of videos at all. But if you are interested in the Munpod Onyx or any other Munpod laser, I dropped my affiliate link below and a 8% discount code for all their lasers. I know that Munpod have had really awesome and great reviews and feedback on their fiber lasers, and also their big, larger, really big industrial CO2 lasers. So you could definitely check those out. I hope that I will be able to test and review some of the other Munpod lasers in the future. But for this Munpod Onyx, as well as the Munpod Mega, actually I did come across some videos that also told they had development issues with these two types of lasers. But hopefully Munpod will be able to fix it if they haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please like this video, and I look forward to hearing from you.